Hey there, BeerTube. Welcome back. I'm Sean, aka Kid Ugly. It's your first time, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, it's good seeing you. Today I'm back with something that's really like. I mean, you can already see from the thumbnail what I'm going to be doing. This is a beer that has been 10 years in the making of me getting, I guess. I'm very late to the party on this one. It's a huge hype beer. It is what is essentially the grandfather, the pioneer, the big daddy of all New England IPAs. The one that started the whole, real wine craze and then the haze craze and where our market is now, where everything is so hopped and so crazy. You can blame them for it. You can congratulate them for it. I don't, however you feel about the market. I'm in an in between. I've never had this before. Like I said, this is. I think I'll be saving this for a big number for my channel. I'm a small channel. I'm just gonna do it. I have no idea what number this is gonna be for me. It's just a big beer that I've been wanting for a long time, and you all already know what this is. So without further ado, this is Heady Topper from the Alchemist, out of Stowe, Vermont. 8% alcohol. I'm not sure about the IBUs. I don't think it's on the can. So, as you can see, on the top it says this beer must be kept cold at all times. At the time of this recording, it is about 3 weeks in the can. If you could see that too well, it's upside down. But it is February 13th, 23 of a canning date for this. I picked this up at a Wegmans, of all places. I was never, doing some shopping. I'd actually grabbed a 6-pack mix pack at first, and then I went over and I looked, and lo and behold, a Wegmans in Corning, New York had Heady Topper on their, well, not on their shelf. It was in a refrigerator being kept cold. Again, I wasn't expecting, I don't know their distribution anymore. I knew when they first came out, you could only get this by going to the brewery itself. And then they might have had it at a couple local distributors that they hand delivered it to be distributed. But for years and years, you had to go to Stowe, Vermont to pick up this beer. That's not the first one I've had from these guys. Sorry about that. The first one I actually had was the Frokel Banger. That was over 6 months old, and I was able to get my hands on it though. So I was never able to try it fresh. This is my first time with Heady. Like I said, it is the freshest that I've been able to get my hands on something from these guys. Like I said, the time of this recording, it is March 4th or 5th, one of those dates there. So, yeah. And it says, drink from the can, drink from the can, drink from the can. I do plan on drinking one from the can, but for this review, I think I'm going to try to do both. I'm going to put this in a glass, and then I'm going to put another one. I'm just going to open up, and I'll have two of these guys today. So, Heady Topper is an American double India Pale Ale. This beer is not intended to be the biggest or the most bitter. It is meant to give you wave after wave of hoppy goodness on your palate. Tremendous amounts of American hops will creep up on you and leave you with a dense, hoppy finish in your mouth. So drinkable, it's scary. Sometimes I wish I could crawl right into the can. Freshness and control have always been my main concern when it comes to our beer. We are committed to providing you with an unfiltered and unpasteurized hop experience. Why do I recommend that you drink from the can? Quite simply to ensure a delightful hop experience. The act of pouring in a glass smells nice, but it releases the simple hop aromas that we've worked so hard to retain. If you must pour into a glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled to the bottom. Leave them on the can while pouring. This beer is perishable, and it's best when young, fresh, and hazy. Keep cold, but not ice cold. Drink this beer immediately. We're always making more. John Kimmich. Don't be a D-bag. Recycle this can. Yada yada. All the usual stuff. I'm ready to get into this one. It's been so long of me wanting it. Web Lobster. That's all I could do. Can't do label out. Again, it's a can. It's hard to do label out. And we're pouring. Look at that. Man, I've still, like, I know I'm late to the party, and a lot of people say, oh, there's so many other better hazes out there. You know, it's all. I want to see the hype for myself. Like I said, this is a whale beer for me. This is probably my top whale beer. I've had Pliny, however you say that, from Russian River, which would be considered like the West Coast essential, like the West Coast answer. Or, you know, Heady Topper is to East Coast as Pliny is to West Coast. I was able to have that. I enjoyed it. I personally don't think it's worth all the hype. I believe there's better doubles out there that I've had. I would have loved to review it, but a little hard for me to get my hands on that beer. But yeah, this pours a hazy, a dark, not quite orange juice, but more of like a mango, I guess. Definitely got that darker haze. It's got a good 3-finger. Kind of like a cream white head. Really thick, really hanging around in there. I get some citrus notes. I get some pininess to it at the same time. A very light, like orange mandarin. I get some, like I said, some of the piney, kind of earthy notes at the same time. It's not super juicy smelling. It could be the head being so thick and lasting so long that it's not really allowing the aromas to get out. So I'm gonna try her out. There is some juice there. Definitely get that piney going on. You get a little bit of, tiny bit of citrus, but it's not too much of a citrus taste. Definitely think it's like more mango, kind of like some cantaloupe. You definitely get that earthy, piney mixed with it. It's an interesting mix. You get a good bitterness going down the back of your tongue, but it's not overly bitter. It doesn't have that softness that you seem to get in a lot of hazy beers. Man, that bitterness, that piney, resiny bitterness, not overpowering, but it's just hits you. It's like, and I haven't watched any reviews in a long time. I haven't read any reviews, so I'm not sure where everybody else has gotten. But I definitely get like a thick piney resin, kind of bitter. You get tiny bit of like, not so much citrus, but like, I'm gonna say like mango, cantaloupe, more of like a melon like that. Not so much pineapple. 8%, you get a little bit of that alcohol kick to it. Man, I'm just taking big gulps. Yeah, piney, resy. Ooh. I think it's good. Is it worth the hype? I don't know. In the world of hazies, this is the grandfather. It's Pioneer. Does it hold up? I don't know. I can't compare it to back in the day. I can compare it to now. Have I had better hazies now? Without a doubt. I've definitely had better hazies. New Trail, without a doubt. I've had better hazies from them. Foam, I love their hazies. I think they're fantastic. I'm trying to think of a few others that I've had. for their hazies that I've really, really enjoyed. But I can't off the top of my head right now. But yeah, New Trail, Foam. Some of my local places too have also done some pretty good ones. So I can't, fault them. But Beard Tree, I've tried some of their stuff. They're pretty good. There's a lot of up and comers now. I just had one from Sloop. That was really fantastic. Is it better than this? It's pretty close. So that one was from me pouring it. It's probably the longest video I've done. From the can. The aroma's even less on this now. Really not getting too much aroma going off of it. Hold on. Get some water in me. Alright. Cheers. Definitely taste a little bit different. I almost get more juiciness coming out of the can than I do coming out of the glass. It tastes more piney and resiny out of the glass. I definitely get more of that cantaloupe, melon, almost a little bit of pineapple going in there. So I get more of the tropical melon flavors out of the can than I do out of the glass. Whether that's the difference of period being in the can or whatnot, I don't know. I think I prefer it out of the glass though. I'm a big fan of that piney resiny quality that it has going on to it. It's softer out of the can, I've noticed. You get more of that soft kind of the oat kind of mixed in there, softness. That's interesting how it changes like that. I believe it has to do with the smelling it in the glass as I'm drinking it. I swear I don't really get that with the can. I do really get that better finish going on still, but it's not as crazy as like when it's in the out of there. So altogether, I'm gonna have to give this. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It's a little up to hype, a little bit. I think it does a little bit. It's not too crazy, but I could see why I got the craze that it did, why I got the hype that it did, and unfortunately has created a hopped craze community that seems to be affecting the stouts now also. And a lot more people seem to be thinking we need to pump hops and everything. Do blame it a little bit for that. Was it worth it? There's some fantastic hazies out there. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's up to you. Like I said, I got this out of Wegmans in Corning. I was never expecting to get this there. I expected to get it at like a bottle shop that we have a local in us that will go up and get stuff and bring it back. I expected it from someplace like that. I didn't realize the distribution hooked up with a company like Wegmans. And I don't know if they actually did hook up with Wegmans or if Corning just itself had a hookup with them and that's how they were able to score it. When I picked it up, there was this and I want to say 2 or 3 more 4-packs in the fridge, and that was it. I didn't see anything else. So I don't know if they had more in the back or if all they got was one case, and I got extremely lucky and got there and got it. I don't know. I don't know how the distribution for them works anymore. If you know about it and you want to tell me about it, you can leave it down in the comments. If you liked what you saw and you want to see more, I have a lot of other beer videos. I have a lot more coming out. I do pipe tobacco reviews every once in a while. I do soda reviews. I have a Pepsi one that I need to do. But thank you for watching, and until next time, cheers.